In the world of beauty and glamour, not all stories have a fairy tale ending. While these beauty queens graced the world stage with their charisma, grace, and beauty, their lives were cut short in circumstances that were far from the glitz and glamour they represented.
Miss World 1998 is one of these girls!
Their tragic ends remind us of the fragility of life.
Investigators in Honduras believe they found the dead bodies of a missing beauty queen and her sister.
And the fact that beauty queens, like all of us, have their own battles and vulnerabilities. Join us as we have a look at 10 beauty queens who had a tragic ending. Number 1. Maria Jose Alvarado, Miss Honduras 2014. Maria Jose Alvarado's journey began in the quaint town of Santa Barbara in Honduras. From an early age, it was evident that she was not just another face in the crowd. She had a unique allure and charisma that distinguished her from the rest. And as she grew, her beauty was complemented by her passionate determination and hard work. And by the time that she had reached her teens, she had already began making her mark in local beauty contests. Her diligence had paid off, and when she was crowned Miss Honduras in 2014, a significant accolade that was supposed to be her ticket to the international stage at the Miss World competition. However, destiny had a different plan. The night of November 13, 2014 was supposed to be a simple celebration of her sister Sophia's boyfriend's birthday. But as the night wore on, it turned into a nightmare that no one could have foreseen. Amidst the festivities, a spark of jealousy ignited a deadly fire. Sophia's boyfriend reportedly flew into a fit of rage, leading to the unthinkable, and by the end of the evening, both Maria and Sophia were missing. Their disappearance sent shockwaves throughout Honduras and the international community. The desperate search would last 6 agonizing days before the devastating discovery. Maria and Sophia's bodies were found buried on the bank of a river, a haunting reminder of the brutal turn the night had taken. The investigation that followed would be fraught with emotion and demands for justice. The spotlight turned to the boyfriend and his alleged involvement in the crime, and as details began to emerge, it became apparent that he and an accomplice were the primary suspects. Prosecutors would paint a picture of a man consumed by jealousy and rage, leading him to commit an unforgivable action against the two sisters. The evidence was undeniable, and the court proceedings swift. Justice was served when he and his accomplice were found guilty of the murders. The verdict brought a mixture of relief and mourning, and while many were satisfied with what the perpetrators were held accountable for, the pain of losing 2 young and vibrant souls in such a brutal manner had lingered. Maria's untimely and tragic death was a reminder of the unpredictability of life. One moment, you can be on the cusp of representing your nation on the global stage, and the next, you're cruelly taken away. Yet, Maria's legacy continues to inspire many. In the face of tragedy, Honduras came together united in grief and determined to seek justice for Maria and Sophia. The tale of Maria Jose Alvarado serves as a reminder of the importance of cherishing every single moment and the perils of letting unchecked emotions take control. Number 2. Christine Angelica de Chera, Miss Philippines contestant. Christine Angelica de Chera was not only another face in the vibrant world of pageantry, she was a beacon of promise. Hailing from General Santos City, she possessed a captivating blend of wit, beauty, and charisma, and her striking presence was complemented by her vivacity and zest for life. As she navigated through the competitive realm of beauty contests, it would be evident to many that she had what it took to shine on both the national and perhaps one day international stages. She was not only a beauty queen hopeful, but she was also a licensed attendant, a long-lasting memory to her dedication and multifaceted talents. With each passing day, Christine seemed to be inching closer to a future that was brimming with endless possibility. However, as the world would usher in a new year in 2021, a shadow would be cast over Christine's radiant journey. On New Year's Eve, Christine was found unconscious in her hotel room and would immediately be rushed to a nearby hospital. Despite all attempts to revive her, she was declared dead, marking a tragic ending to a life that was full of potential. Initial reports surrounding her death were both shocking and bewildering. The police would quickly declare that Christine's death was the result of rape and homicide, and this declaration would send ripples of outrage and grief all throughout the Philippines. The public had demanded answers and swift justice for the young beauty queen, and in the midst of the outpouring of emotion, several men, friends of Christine, were detained, adding more layers to an already complex narrative. However, as the investigation deepened, several discrepancies and ambiguities began to surface. The initial autopsy would suggest that Christine had died due to an aneurysm, possibly triggered by intoxication. This revelation contradicted the initial assertions of rape and homicide. Subsequent examinations would further muddle the waters, leaving more questions than answers. With various narratives emerging and receding, the quest for truth became a labyrinth endeavor. Christine's untimely death and the subsequent whirlwind of controversy sparked a nationwide conversation about the treatment of women, the integrity of investigations, and the rush to judgment in the age of viral news. The story, which had begun as a celebration of a new beginning, would morph into a cautionary tale about the fragility of life and the complexities of truth. As the dust would settle, the memory of Christine remained etched in the collective consciousness of the Philippines, and her story served as a large reminder of the challenges faced by young women, the uncertainties of life, and the need for transparency and diligence in the pursuit of justice. Number 3. Rogelia Cruz Martinez, Miss Guatemala 1959. In the politically charged climate of the 1960s, Guatemala found an unlikely emblem of hope and defiance in Rogelia Cruz Martinez. While she wore the coveted crown of Miss Guatemala in 1959, her identity stretched beyond the confines of beauty pageantry. With a passion for social justice and a fire in her heart, she dared to tread where few others would. Her beliefs, deeply rooted in leftist ideology, resonated with many who felt marginalized and oppressed, and as she elegantly graced the pageant stages, her voice also echoed in the hallways of activism, advocating for equality and justice in a nation rife with disparity. However, her audacious spirit and political inclinations inevitably caught the attention of forces diametrically opposed to her. The increasing influence of right-wing paramilitaries in Guatemala viewed advocates like her as a significant threat to their dominance. In a world where beauty queens were expected to maintain a neutral facade, her boldness was both revolutionary and perilous. The political tensions brewing in the background eventually culminated in a tragedy that would leave a large impact on Guatemala's history. In the early days of 1960, the unthinkable would happen. She was kidnapped. The grim episode did not end with her abduction. She was subsequently tortured, a haunting memory to the lengths that her adversaries would go to silence voices of dissent. Her life would be brutally cut short, and her body, alongside 11 others, was discovered in a grim tableau that bore the marks of cold-blooded execution. The brutality of her ending was not only an assault on her, but a chilling message to anyone who dared to challenge the status quo. The aftermath of her death was profound. While the paramilitary forces may have intended to quell the flames of rebellion, they had inadvertently turned her into a martyr. Her legacy was not one of defeat, but of inspiration, and in death, she became a symbol of resilience and resistance against oppressive forces. Her story inspired countless individuals to take up the mantle of activism and rally against injustice and strive for a Guatemala where voices like hers could thrive without fear. Many years have passed since that fateful day, but her impact remains undiminished. Her life serving as a clear example to the idea that beauty and brains can coexist, that pageantry and politics are not mutually exclusive, and that true legacy is not in how one dies, but in how one lives. Today, she's remembered not only as a beauty queen, but as a beacon of hope, a symbol of defiance, and a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, one person's beliefs can shape the destiny of a nation. Number 4. Monica Spear, Miss Venezuela 2004. In the spotlight of Venezuelan show business, Monica Spear was a name synonymous with grace, beauty, and talent. Both in the picturesque region of Maracaibo, Monica's journey from a local girl to a national icon was nothing short of cinematic. After capturing countless hearts with her undeniable charm and clinching the title of Miss Venezuela in 2004, she would effortlessly transition into a promising acting career. Monica's roles in various telenovelas showcased her incredible versatility as an actress, and soon she would become a household name, adored by fans not only in Venezuela, but all across Latin America. Life, with its unpredictable twists, had a darker chapter in store. In the early 2014, Monica, along with her ex-husband Thomas, decided to take a break from their bustling routines to explore the vast landscapes of Venezuela. In what was envisioned as a serene vacation, a time for reflection and bonding, especially for their 5-year-old daughter, would soon turn into a haunting tale of tragedy. While on a highway in central Venezuela, the family faced car trouble, and as they waited for assistance, in the stillness of the night, their moment of vulnerability would be exploited by predators who were lurking in the shadows. An attempted robbery would escalate to violence, culminating in the tragic deaths of both Monica and Thomas. Their young daughter, though physically injured, survived, bearing the emotional scars of having witnessed such a horror. Monica's tragic demise cast a pall of sorrow not only for her fans, but also highlighting a more significant grim reality: Venezuela's escalating crisis of violence and crime. The nation, which had once been celebrated for its oil riches and cultural vibrancy, was now grappling with soaring crime rates, with many of its citizens living in perpetual fear. Monica's death was not only an isolated incident, but rather an embodiment of the chaos that had gripped the nation. Her loss, given her high-profile status, intensified the spotlight on the deteriorating security situation in the country, leading to renewed calls for robust measures to combat the rampant lawlessness. And in the midst of the mourning and outcry, her legacy continued to shine brightly. She was remembered as a woman of incredible depth who touched lives both on and off the screen, and the tragic nature of her death underscored the need for drastic societal reforms. But her life remained a lasting impact to the power of dreams, dedication, and the enduring human spirit. Monica's story serves as an incredible reminder of the delicate balance between beauty and tragedy, and the urgent need for nations to protect their most precious asset, that being their people. Number 5. Jill Ann Weatherwax, Miss Hollywood 1988. In the glitzy world of Hollywood, many stars rise, seeking to etch their names into the annals of fame. And amongst these hopefuls was Jill Ann Weatherwax, a young woman with dreams as vast as the California sky. Winning the title of Miss Hollywood in 1988 was not only a feather in her cap, it was an affirmation of her potential. Jill's eyes would sparkle with aspirations of gracing movie screens and serenading audiences with her vocal prowess, and behind the radiant smile and the poised demeanor would be a girl determined to make her mark, to transcend the ephemeral nature of beauty pageants and create an enduring legacy in the entertainment world. However, as the years made progress, Jill's path took unexpected turns. The harsh realities of showbiz, coupled with personal challenges, took their toll. While she remained relentless in her pursuit, the bright lights of stardom seemed to elude her, often replaced by the dimmer alleys of struggle and uncertainty. It was against this backdrop that the incomprehensible happened. In 1998, the city of Fresno woke up to the chilling news of her untimely death. Her lifeless body, bearing the brutal markings of violence, would be discovered near train tracks. The shocking nature, juxtaposed with her once promising career, had sent ripples of dismay throughout the community. The mystery surrounding the circumstances of her demise deepened as investigators delved into the case, and despite their best efforts, concrete answers remained elusive, and the haunting question of who did this to Jill lingered in the air. Digging deeper into the backdrop of Fresno during a time that provided a grim picture, the city was grappling with increasing drug-related tension and crime rates. The drug underworld, with its tentacles spread wide, often ensnared unsuspecting victims, leaving behind tales of tragedy. There were whispers linking Jill's death to these very drug circuits, suggesting a possible connection between her murder and the murky world of narcotics in Fresno. While concrete evidence was scant, the speculations were hard to ignore. Jill Ann Weatherwax's story stands as a somber memory to the unpredictability of life. A beauty queen with stars in her eyes, she became an unfortunate chapter in Fresno's troubled history. Her unsolved murder serves as a reminder of the imperatives of justice and the deep-rooted challenges cities like Fresno face. As the years go by, while Jill's dreams remain unfulfilled, her story is an enduring call to action, urging communities to confront and combat the shadows that threaten their very fabric of being. Number 6. Paolo Patino, Miss Peru candidate. In the world of Peruvian pageantry, Paolo Patino emerged as a promising thread, gleaming with potential and passion. Born with a beauty that was both striking and sublime, Paolo's journey was not only about looks, it was a blending of ambition, dedication, and an innate ability to captivate audiences. As she ventured into the realm of beauty contests, she would quickly become a force to be reckoned with, winning admiration and accolades alike. As a Miss Peru candidate, the path ahead seemed to shimmer with possibilities, promising a future where she could represent her beloved country on a global platform. However, fate, often unpredictable and ruthless, had a different narrative in store. In 2006, an ordinary day took a dark and tragic turn. Paolo and her boyfriend were involved in a car crash. The details of the fateful day remain shrouded in mystery and speculation. Was it a mere accident? Were there other elements at play? While answers might be elusive, the outcome was unequivocally heartbreaking. The accident had claimed both of their lives, extinguishing two young flames that had so much more to give to the world. The news of Paolo's tragic ending sent shockwaves throughout Peru. Mourning was not only limited to her immediate family or the pageant community, and the entire nation felt the weight of loss of such a promising young life. Pageants, beyond the dazzle and drama, are a raging visual to a contestant's dreams, resilience, and a journey. And in Paolo's untimely departure, many had seen their own dreams and vulnerabilities reflected. The aftermath of the accident found an outpouring of grief and tributes. Candlelight vigils, memorial services, and heartfelt eulogies had all tried to encapsulate the essence of Paolo and the void that she left behind. But words will often fall short, because how can you condense a life so vibrant into mere sentences? Today, her story serves as an incredible reminder of the fragility and unpredictability of life, a life that, no matter how brief, can make such great change, and she did just that. Her legacy in pageantry, her unfulfilled dreams, and the memories that she left behind continue to inspire and remind everyone to cherish every moment, to pursue their passions with fervor, and to keep the memories of our loved ones alive in our hearts. In her fleeting time on Earth, her star shone bright, and even in her absence, that luminosity continues to guide and inspire. Number 7. Silvana Arias, Miss Honduras contestant. Amidst the lush landscapes and vibrant culture of Honduras, Silvana Arias emerged as a young woman with dreams that stretched well beyond the horizon. Those who knew her spoke of a radiant spirit, always brimming with life and energy, and the world of beauty pageantry, with its glamour and gift, seemed tailor-made for Silvana. As she began her journey in the contests, it would become clear that she was not just another contestant. She embodied the essence of grace, determination, and the dreams of countless Honduran girls who aspired to shine on both national and global stages. Every dream, however, carries with it a shadow of uncertainty. And for her, that shadow loomed unexpectedly one fateful day. An ordinary outing would transform into a nightmare when the car she was traveling in was met with an accident. While the details of that tragic day are tinged with pain and sorrow, what is undeniable is the abruptness with which a promising life would be cut short. She, in that tragic moment, became a memory, leaving behind a world of aspirations, dreams, and potential that would remain unfulfilled. The news of the accident spread like wildfire across Honduras, plunging the nation into mourning. The heartbreak was not only about the loss of a beauty queen, it was about the shattering of a symbol of hope and aspiration. Every tear shed for her a reflection of the collective dreams, passions, and vulnerabilities of a nation. As time moved on, her legacy remained undiminished in the heart of Hondurans. Her story is a reminder of the fleeting nature of life and the enduring spirit of dreams. It's a reminder that, in the face of tragedy, communities can come together in grief, solidarity, and remembrance, and she continues to inspire, urging everyone to chase their dreams with fervor and to cherish the moments, no matter how brief, that life offers. In her memory, Honduras finds strength, resilience, and the eternal flames of hope. Number 8. Miss Albania 2001. Amidst the backdrop of Albania's post-communist renaissance, Miss Albania 2001 emerged as a beacon of hope and beauty. With her striking features and effervescent presence, she captured the heart of the nation, representing a new generation that was eager to step onto the global stage. Winning the title of Miss Albania in 2001 was not only a personal accolade, it was symbolic of a nation's rebirth and newfound confidence. Beyond the glitz and glamour of the pageants, she had embodied the aspirations of many young Albanians, striving for excellence, recognition, and a more bright future. However, life's unpredictable nature does not discriminate between the ordinary and the celebrated, and at the age of 21, when a life seemed to be laying out the red carpet of opportunity, tragedy would strike. She would be involved in a devastating car accident in her home city. That accident, the details of which remain enveloped in a shroud of mysteries and sorrow, claimed the life of this rising star, leaving an entire nation in shock. The suddenness of her departure created an obvious void in Albania. The grief was not only confined to her family and friends, it permeated every corner of the country. Vigils would be held, and streets were full of mourners paying tribute to their national icon. The sea of candles, flowers, and tear-streaked faces painted a heart-wrenching picture of a nation grappling with the loss of its beloved daughter. Today, her memory lives on as an incredible reminder of the transitory nature of life and the enduring power of legacy. Her story, underscoring the potential of every individual to hold and make a difference, to touch lives and to leave an unforgettable impression in the world, irrespective of the brevity of their time. In her memory, Albania finds the strength to dream, aspire, and to march forward, carrying the torch of hope that she had once held so high. Number 9. Luciana Jimenez, Miss Brazil candidate. Luciana Jimenez, with her infectious spirit and undeniable beauty, quickly became a cherished gem in the bustling world of Brazilian pageantry. From a young age, she had showcased a passion and drive that had set her apart from her peers, and as she graced the stages, representing her country in beauty competition, her vibrant energy and charisma had made her a favorite amongst many. Beyond the spotlight and accolades of pageantry, she was a symbol of the dreams and aspirations of many young Brazilians who looked up to her with admiration and hope. However, fate would take a cruel turn one day in 2006 when she boarded a flight, a routine journey that many assumed would be like any other. However, as the plane flew through Brazil's skies, tragedy would strike. In a harrowing twist of events, the flight collided with a private jet, leading to an unimaginable catastrophe. The airliner spiraled out of control, crashing into the dense Amazon rainforest below, and all souls on board, which included her, were lost. The vast expanse of the Amazon, with its beauty and mysteries, became the final resting place for all of those who were aboard that ill-fated flight. The news of the crash would send shockwaves across the country, the magnitude of the tragedy amplified by the presence of notable personalities on board. The nation had plunged into mourning, grappling with the abrupt loss of so many lives. Candlelit vigils illuminated the streets while a sea of white flowers adorned memorials, creating an amalgamation of grief and remembrance. Today, her legacy is twofold. While she remains an icon of beauty and grace in the world of pageantry, she's also an incredible reminder of the need for vigilance, responsibility, and progress in the realm of aviation. Her untimely departure, along with the other souls who were lost on board, serves as a call to action, ensuring that their memories live on, not only in the annals of sorrow, but as catalysts for positive change and a safer future for all. Number 10. Miss World 1998. In the corridors of global pageantry, where beauty and grace often take center stage, Miss World 1998 carved out a unique space. Hailing from Israel, she clinched the title, and she was not only another beauty queen basking in her victory. Behind those triumphant eyes was a story of immense personal pain and subsequently powerful resilience. While the world was celebrating her beauty, she had grappled privately with a traumatic event that occurred shortly before her global win. She was abducted and sexually assaulted, a harrowing experience that many victims kept shrouded in silence. The weight of such a trauma might have pulled many into a spiral of despair, but she chose a different path, one that was paved with courage and purpose. Her efforts transcended mere awareness. She became instrumental in pushing for better legal protections for survivors while facilitating more compassionate support systems. The beauty queen turned global advocate had also emphasized the importance of mental health support for survivors, underscoring the often long-lasting psychological impacts of sexual violence. Her impact would be quite clear. Her advocacy had sparked conversations in households, institutions, and public forums, many of which had previously approached the topic of sexual violence with hesitation or outright denial. She had inspired other figures to come forward with their stories, creating a wave of awareness and solidarity.